In today's data log, I wanted to discuss a massive shift in the Middle Heavens that occurred in the early 2100s. Today I want to recount the terrorism acts of the monastic order, and how these actions forever changed the face of technology within humanity's control over space. Today, I want to recount the events surrounding the new plague virus. The new plague virus was a very powerful and effective cyber weapon developed for the purposes of disrupting and causing as much destruction to technology on Earth and potentially across the entire Middle Heavens region of space. This computer virus was first developed by an individual known as St. Thomas, who himself was an influential figurehead of the cult-like religious movement known as the monastic order. This order called for the removal of all technologies from human society, with the hope that our species would return to a more simplistic way of living. They operated during the decade of 2100, beginning their order as a group of like-minded individuals, and during this time they would become more and more bold with their beliefs until they eventually decided to act on their faith. They soon began a round of small-scale protests, which turned into resistance, then into actual public attacks. They would grow in influence and power to the point that they would attack large metropolitan areas with tactical nuclear devices and EMP weaponry, all in the hope that they could destroy as much technology as possible, while additionally making the remaining technology there unusable. Human technology at the dawn of the 22nd century was quite advanced. It was nearing utopia-like capabilities. Advancements in wireless power transmission, digital circuitry, and cloud-based services gave the 2100s a very futuristic aesthetic. However, just as rapidly as we had made advances, upgrades, and improvements to our technology, we just as quickly needed to return to more conventional and trustworthy methods of manufacturing tech, and more so, data and computer system storage. After many successful attacks, the monastic order released their magnum opus. This came in the form of the new plague virus. As stated, this virus was created by St. Thomas of the Order, and would have a massive impact on technology across the entire Middle Heavens region, in a more so indirect way. The new plague was released into the cloud-based services of Earth, and the damage done was incomprehensible. The virus acted to wipe out as much data as it could. Credit unions, banks, governments, transstellar corporations all suffered massive data loss which could never be recovered. The monetary loss suffered by victims of the new plague were astronomical at best, and the economy of Earth and potentially dozens of off-world colonies that relied on Earth for stability were all likely affected greatly in some capacity or another, whether minor or major. After such devastating events, the group were quickly taken into custody, and Wei Yu had them exiled to a Class 5 habitation station known as ACHERON. Wei Yu thought having them there and having access to St. Thomas would allow them to develop their own powerful computer viruses to be used in future cyber warfare against potential enemies. Here at the project, we are yet to obtain enough substantial information to say whether or not they were successful or not in obtaining any useful information from St. Thomas before his death. But that's not the point. The main point that I wanted to address is what the new plague meant for the future of the Middle Heavens region of space. This plague resulted in a major shift in technology, its design and aesthetic, and how it was used across the colonies. Cloud-based services, a large amount of digital and wireless communication and transmission devices, and systems were replaced with harder to breach devices. The move was made across the Middle Heavens to readapt more analog-based technologies as well as closed data systems, so that in the future, data and in turn the safety and wealth of the entire human race could not so easily be hacked and exploited by another attacker. This is why we see such an apparent decline in the appearance and type of technology used between the late 21st century and 22nd century. Basically, humanity had learnt a very valuable lesson about data safety and how secure we really were. And while the problem was largely corrected, sacrifices did need to be made for this added layer of security from future cyber warfare attacks on the Middle Heavens and its people. Before I go, I wanted to let you know about the ACHERON Colonial Marketplace, the one-stop shop for all Project ACHERON merch. Here you can pick up shirts, hoodies, mugs, phone cases and more. So if you want to support the channel and look good doing it, pick up some ACHERON merch. But what other videos would you like to see? If you have any ideas or have any questions, please leave them in the comments or contact me through Twitter or on the Project ACHERON Discord. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and share this video. And if you want to really help see this channel thrive and grow, as well as gain a bunch of awesome rewards for yourself, consider becoming a patron, such as Christopher Dasinger and Ambrosia, leaders of the Project ACHERON Hive. I hope to see you all here again very soon, but until then, this is Project ACHERON signing off.